There's 3 reasons why I think the Tenways CGO 600 Pro C, heck of a name by the way, is one of the best electric road bikes out there. And it's not how fast it can go or some new tech or the design. It's what you get for the price of just $1,500. Oh, and by the way, they're actually having a flash sale on this for $200 off. Anyways, I want to show you guys the frame design because first off, it's very slick, very slim, just what you want in a road bike. But the thing that impresses me the most is how smooth the weld job is. No welding scars up here by the head tube, none underneath the saddle. You got a little bit in the rear fork and down by the cranks, but other than that, it's just super smooth. And I love that color too. It actually comes in 4 colors, but then you also get a built-in headlight. And I don't know, I just think that looks pretty dang cool. And it's very lightweight. With the battery in, that just weighs over 40 pounds. If you take this battery out, that drops it down to about 36 pounds, which weighs pretty close to a non-electric bike. But the thing I like most about this bike is how you can adjust the posture. I'd say about 95% of all road bikes that I've tried look like this. And that is, it's a very low and aggressive posture. Road bikers love to just stare at the ground as they're just pedaling as fast as they can. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to do that. It tends to hurt the back a little bit. With this little tool right here, it's an Allen wrench set, by the way. If you just unloosen this stem adjusts, and you can move this pretty dang high. All right, now we're talking. That's a much better posture. I know it's small, but that right there is why I really like this bike. So with the ability to adjust the stem, to raise and lower the seat, and with 3 sizes, you've got a rider size of 5'7" to 6'5". Beast, what do you think about that?
I think it's pretty nice. Let's attack!
Now there is one gripe that I have as far as the comfort, and of course that is no suspension. Road bikes aren't known for suspension, and that is the case with this. And then a very skinny and hard saddle, and that's what you got right there as well. It's time to talk about the next reason why I think that this is one of the best value road bikes out there. And it's not the incredibly nice feeling ride and just how quiet this is. And there's 0 noise coming from the bike. No, it's the range you get for the battery size. Right there is a 36 volt, 10 amp hour battery. 10 amp hours, that is a very small battery for a full-size bike. Yet Tenways has given this up to a 52-mile range, which does make sense because this is a torque sensor bike, which means that you do have to pedal in order to go. All right, so let's see how fast this can go. 1, 2, 3, put it to gear level 8, and I'm just gonna casually pedal. Okay, that's about as much as the bike's given. Definitely felt a drop off in power, and that's 20 miles an hour. Now, the best part about that torque sensor is how reactive it is. It does a pretty good job of squeezing all the juice out of that 350 watt motor, because as soon as I put pressure in the pedals, it engages and I'm off. I've reviewed other bikes in the same price range, and it usually takes about a half to a full revolution before the power hits. So these guys did a very nice job of having that power hit right when you want it. Now it's time to talk about the torque that motor produces, which is 45 Newton meters. And the more torque you have, the better the hill climbing ability should be. I'm a little bit concerned with that because this bike is only rated up to a 15% grade. Let's see what it can do. Starting at the bottom, I'm in the first gear, just casually pedaling, and yeah, that was easy. Not really a super long hill, but steep enough to prove that this can climb. Well, there's just a few more things I gotta tell you about the bike. And the first one is it comes with hydraulic brakes, which as you just saw, stop you pretty good and actually are very smooth. These are mineral oil Tektro, which is on the higher end of hydraulic brakes. There's a tail light on the fender, but when you hit the brake levers, that doesn't do anything. So it's just a solid tail light. And the left side engages the front brake, right side the rear brake. A couple more things I like about the bike is the wide spread in the handlebars. A little messy up here with the wiring, just right in front of the handlebars, but then it goes internal right by the stem. And from that point, it's nice and smooth and clean. Moving down, there's aluminum fenders. And then like most road bikes out there, you got the CST X Pedium Pro road grade tires, slightly treaded. So you could take this on some dirt roads, think you'd be okay. And they are puncture resistant, and they have this reflective line on the outside. Back up to the handlebars, you got a flick bell and a very minimalistic LCD screen. Up here is the power button. This is the M button, which changes the different readouts. You got trip time, odometer, power, range, average speed, max speed, and then up and down for the pedal assist levels. There's grooved grips, and they are bolted onto the handlebars. And I think the last thing is just the Claris derailleur, which is on the higher end of derailleurs as well. So there you have it. That is the Tenways CGO 600 Pro C. I finally nailed that name. Pretty awesome road bike. Lightweight, more comfortable than most road bikes out there. Then a 52-mile range, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to check it out, I've got the link in the description. As always, I appreciate you guys hopping on here and checking out my content, and I'll see you on the next one.